work habits, man. If they work hard in the classroom, they pay attention in the class, then they automatically pay attention on the field, you know what I'm saying? Them boys did a good job. I'm proud of them, man. They do good at school. They good disciplined kids. Man, I love working with them, man. They good kids, man. That's how they preserve at the end, man. It's all about finishing, you know, not starting, finishing. It's all about finishing the way you start. You start strong, you finish strong. You see what I'm saying? So, man, I'm proud of them, man. I'm proud of them. Vicksburg Packers, man, I'm proud of this organization. It's a good organization, man. And hey, I'm proud to be part of the team, baby.
How do you feel about what do you see your outlook of this season ending at?
I mean, it's big dreams for us. We all, you know, we went to the Super Bowl last year. We lost to this team we just beat 6-0 in the Super Bowl last year. We lost 6-0 to them same players. So they come back first year, we done beat them 6-0. So, man, we're going to build from this. This ain't the end, this is the beginning. We're going to build from this. We're starting from scratch, man. We're trying to take it up to the top, man. I got high expectations for this organization, this team. I got hell of a coaches with me, man. Hey, we good, man.
It's just been a breakdown. It's been a breakdown down the stretch.
Cowboys, you're the home
team. I had already
team.
talked to my guys.
Cowboys,
it was going to be a
you're the home
dogfight.
team.
It was a dogfight. These type of games, man, you just got to get it done in the first half. If you don't get it done in the first half, it's anybody's game, as you've seen on the football field.
All right. So from this game, what do you think some things you can work on and then just merge into the outlook for the season?
The big things to work on, man, just keep your guys hydrated, healthy, and keep some guys on the football field, man, to make plays. It's a little hot out here, but it's hot to the other team too. So, you know, it's just keeping those guys in a good rotation where you got solid 11 playing at all times.
Welcome back to the SEC YFL Network. We're glad to be back with you. We have a great powerhouse matchup right here with the Vicksburg Packers and the Jackson Steelers. The Jackson Steelers have the ball and they give a toss play and he misses the ball and he hops on top of it. That's going to bring up a 4th down in about 6. We just want to welcome everybody back. It's been a great day of games. With the Jackson Steelers and the Packers have been battling for hours here. The Packers won the C team matchup 0-14. That gave them a 1 win. The B team from the Jackson Steelers came back and won 13-0. That gave them a single win. Have a tossed around the left side. He gained nothing. That's going to be a turnover on down. Packer football. If you've been following me on Twitter today, I've been tweeting about a couple matchups. The Vicksburg Packer, the Ridgeland Titans and the Vicksburg Packer defensive line have looked stout today. They have been stopping all the inside runs. Now we see the Vicksburg Packers coming back. Quarterback under center. He loses the ball. He hops up. He grabs it, picks it up. He's running, and he's going to get about a gain of 4 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Just want to give you some information about the SEC YFL Network. It is a network combined of 4 power leagues here in the state of Mississippi. Quarterback from the Packers keeps the ball. He picks up a 1st down. It's going to be a gain of about 6 or 7. 1st down, Packers. The Packers are showing the same type of offense that they ran in the B and the C team game. Just look like they have a couple more athletes to push the tempo of the game and actually be a little bit more versatile in their system. It's going to be a pass by the Packers, and it's incomplete. It was overthrown. Receiver broke off on the route a little bit too late. Good overall defense from the corner out there for the Steelers. He was in good position for the ball. The Vicksburg Packers have turned the ball over on downs, giving the ball back to the Jackson Steelers, and they're going to take over. They have some big hoss down there on the trenches. They have some bigger guys than usual. Let's see how they utilize them in this game. In the last game, they were very run heavy, trying to get it on the outsides with the speed option left, speed option right, and just a little trickery in the backfield by having multiple backs back in there. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Quarterback under center. The Vicksburg Packers get in the backfield and make corrosion. Looks like it's going to be a turnover on downs. The Packers get the ball immediately back. One thing that I've said continuously over this day is the defensive tackles in this league have been just roaring around all day. They haven't let a lot of penetration happen. They haven't got a lot of run game going. A lot of teams haven't been able to get their run game going just up in between the tackles, and it's just amazing to see the work of these defensive tackles. And like I say, just a big shout out to these guys that's coaching them, the D-line coaches. You're doing a tremendous job. All right, it's going to be first down and 10 Packers as the number 1 gets back under center. Gets under center, hand off to the right. He gets the ball. He's moving. It's going to be about a gain of 3 on the down. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. The Vicksburg Packers are out of Vicksburg, Mississippi. It's a couple teams over there. The Vicksburg Packers, the Warren Central Ravens, that also compete here. Jackson Steelers, they're a North Jackson team. Just looking good. They've both been great partners in this league and always have been competitive. And as we get back to play here, we just want to see what these guys have up their sleeve for the rest of the day. And that wraps up the first quarter here from the SEC YFL. We'll be right back with you.
My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Straight to the top cause I do my thing. Very selective for who I bring. With a few on a team that's 2 times 3. Don't half-ass it, the whole amount. Don't throw me a bone if it's going to bounce. Look at the date, I'm older now, but I'm way too busy to be slowing down. My back's against the wall. Even if I fall, I'ma move it with a crawl. My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this.
Steve Cooper, welcome back to the SEC Youth Football League. We have a head-to-head battle here between the Vicksburg Packers and the Jackson Steelers. The Packers are in shotgun formation. He hands it to the left, and he's stopped immediately by the Jackson Steelers. There's going to be a loss of 1, bringing up 3rd down and 9. Very interesting to see that the Packers go with the speed sweep option, as we saw a lot of teams are preparing for that, just not to letting them around the edge. A lot of teams are playing with an extra edge defender just so you can't get around that edge. Looks like the Packers are playing in a really a 2-5 set with 2 down linemen, 2 outside linebackers on the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be the quarterback from the Vicksburg Packers with another gain of about 7. Is going to gain of 6, going to bring it to 4th down and 4, excuse me. I was just checking with the league owners of the Premier Youth Sports Association, number 70. Big kid out of Jackson, Mississippi, around 322 pounds, played on the B team last year. His first Premier game for the A team. I expect a lot out of this kid as he continues to hold and stuff down the offensive line. Quarterback keeps it, calls his own number. He's trying to get to the power line, and he's going to be short. He's going to be a yard short. That's going to be turnover on downs. Ball goes to the Jackson Steelers. Wow. As the Steelers come back on, we're deadlocked at 0-0. It's 7:34 left in the half. A lot of great football has been going on today. It's a lot of great football continue to happen. We have the matchup between the Patriots and the Cowboys coming soon. Then after that, you have the Warren County Ravens and the Canton Chargers coming to you live. And we have a speed sweep around the left side. A guy came from the Vicksburg Packers and get him down in the backfield for a loss. Gonna be a loss of about 6. Vicksburg Packers have really been playing some containment defense on this Steelers team. Haven't been allowing them to get outside of them much. Those big guys are stopping the run underneath. And the next thing you would expect is for the DBs not to fall asleep out there, because the pass is coming soon. The Vicksburg Packers, they're down in their 4-3 look. It's a solid look. With 2 safeties over the top, they look like they're going to be playing a lot of cover 2 today. Man free. The fact that they have the straight up the gut, as I spoke about, and it's about a gain of 1.5. Not much going for them there today in that interior. Like I said, it's been, and as overall, just watching the Premier Youth Sports Association today, it's been very hard to force that ball up the middle. A lot of teams are trying to go to the outside, and come back to the inside, but it's not working. The defensive lines, the linebackers are making stops. They're playing physical inside the box, and that's what you call quality football. Looks like the Vicksburg Packers are going with the 2 down linemen, 2 stand-up outside linebackers. And like I told you before, here comes the pass out into the flats, surrounded by a defender. He gets away. He's moving. About a 9 to 10 yard pickup on that. Still going to be short of a first down. Looks like we have a small timeout on the field. Once again, I would like to say, just want to, from the SEC YFL Network and from Find Your Fit, we just want to congratulate you parents. We want to pat you on the back because without you parents, guardians, grandmas, aunties, uncle, this would be impossible. Kids wouldn't have helmets, wouldn't have shoulder pads, wouldn't have a ride to practice, but you get them there every day continuously. So we just want to reach out and give you a thank you back. We got a punt formation here for the Jackson Steelers. We have 3 returners back, 2 back deep, 1 in the middle of that. And our punt is off, and here's the return. Have a returner, he's cutting down the right side. He's running into a gap of Jackson Steelers and knocked down. As we get ready for this next break, let's just give you a recap of all our scores for today. The first game that we had up on our slate is the Titans versus the Ridgeland Titans versus the Jackson Saints. The Titans came out on top in that battle. It was a 22-0 game. The Titans B team versus the Saints B team. The Titans came out on top with a 18-7 win. And lastly, in that last matchup between the Saints and the Titans, the A-team matchup, the Saints finally pulled one out over the top of the Titans. The Steelers and the Packers have been battling for a while now. The Vicksburg Packers defeated the Jackson Steelers in the first matchup, which is the C-team matchup. They came back in the B-team matchup, and the Steelers snuck one in on them. So the record is 1-1 as of now, and I'm pretty sure every team wants to leave with an organizational win of 2-1 this evening. So let's just see how this plays out here at Ridgeland High School field. Also, we want to remind you one of the big matchups of the week is coming at the 6 p.m. hour with the Warren County Ravens playing the Canton Charger. And once again, the Packers quarterback just overthrows the receiver as he has a deep ball. I'm pretty sure it's just a timing issue with this being the first game of the season. Have to get comfortable with those receivers and the quarterback. Still might be working through some of that with it being Little League. You got a lot of interchangeable parts, so you really don't see that chemistry until, 1, 2, 3 games in the season. That's going to bring up a Vicksburg Packer third down. The Jackson Steelers have a humongous traveling crowd with them today. They've been into the game all evening, and like I say, we want to extend a huge thank you to everyone in the stands today just for you coming out and supporting these student athletes as they perform this evening. The Jackson Steelers B team did not displease us as the runner-ups of last year's SEC YFL champions. They came out and they extended the streak that they started on last year. So they're just starting off 1-0 this year and hope to see them on November 11th in the SEC YFL championship circle. As they head back to the field, I would just like to extend a huge thank you to Soldier Sports, the innovative leader in mouthpieces. You can go to soldiersports.us to look at their product lines. Make sure that you're keeping those pretty whites in your mouth clean and fresh as you're out there playing aggressively in different games such as lacrosse and football. It was originally brought to us for a military type of mouthpiece where people could speak and also, hear what the other person was saying type of mouthpiece, and to just protect those pearly whites in your mouth. Vicksburg Packers quarterback up under center. He just hands it off right up the middle and he's stopped and the ball is out. gonna bring up 4th down. The Packers hop back on top of the ball. No turnover on downs there. The Vicksburg Packers were bagged up again by a penalty. Gonna be a false start there by the Vicksburg Packers, and that's gonna bag them up and put them in even worse field position predicament than they were originally. That's about a 4th and 16 here. Let's see what the Vicksburg Packers have to do. Just want to take a moment out for you, if you viewers at home, to go follow us, Find Your Fit, on Facebook at Find Your Fit, and also go follow us on Twitter at Elite MS Recruits. Make sure you go follow us on Twitter at Elite MS Recruits. Tag us in your highlights. Let us know what you're doing in your city. Because we're looking for the best Mississippi recruits, not only on the field, but off the field as well. So just keep that in mind. Not all the football, but you can post your academic accomplishments as well. We're back here, and it looks like it's going to be a punt from the Vicksburg Packers as expected, as they're bagged up behind the sticks. Not much that they can really get going. The quarterback is 0 or 2 passing today. On the run game, it's been inconsistent. We haven't had just a drive that everything has been clicking for either team. So let's see what the Jackson Steelers do with this possession that they have. We have 58 seconds remaining in the second half. So our punt is off. The Vicksburg Steelers have a returner back. He's returning. He's coming down the left side. He's coming. He's going to go. Has the one man to beat. Let's see if he can beat him. He gets pushed out at the 3-yard line. He's pushed out at the 3-yard line. That's going to be a big game from the Jackson Steelers, but we do have laundry on the field. This problem is oh so familiar with your Jackson Steelers. They're in the B team game. They had bust a run down the right side and dealt with the same type of penalty that negated the run. I don't exactly know, and it did negate the run. So that was a not so good break for the Jackson Steelers and a great break for the Vicksburg Packers, because it was going to put them in bad field position with only 38 seconds remaining in the game. So after the penalty, that puts the Jackson Steelers at the 46-yard line. We have 38 seconds remaining in the half. Someone on the field just took a timeout. So we're going to take a time out here at the SEC YFL Network.
My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Straight to the top cause I do my thing. Very selective for who I bring. With a few on a team that's 2 times 3. Don't half-ass need a whole amount. Don't throw me a bone if it's gonna bounce. Look at the date, I'm older now, but I'm way too busy to be slowing down. My back's against the wall. Even if I fall, I'ma move it with a crawl. My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this.
As we return to play here, something that I should have mentioned earlier is the Vicksburg Packers cheerleader. They were the cheer champions last year, and they're coming out in fashion once again. They've been here for the last 2 games cheering the Vicksburg Packers on. Just want to give them a round of applause and make sure that they continue the hard work that got them to where they were at last season. The Jackson Steelers lined up 2 people in the pistol. They handed off to the other back. He's down. He splits back out to the right side. He's trying to get around one defender. He's running, cutting back across field. Let's see. He's brought down by a host of Packers. The Jackson Steelers, it looks like they no penalty will hurt them. They're back in position to strike. We have 26 seconds remaining in the half. Let's see what the coaching staffs have for the team right now. Last time they came out, they came with a little trickery. I set backfield behind the quarterback while he was in the spread. They had motioned them in, so the defense really didn't have time to adjust to that. So I'm pretty sure that they're looking to make corrections on the Vicksburg Packers sideline right now, so they'll be in position for their next time. The Packers in a full spread option. They're motioning another back into the backfield. They're gonna give it off to that second back again. He slices around, but he's brought down by a Vicksburg Packer. That's gonna bring out another timeout, Vicksburg, by the Jackson Steelers. And we just want to say it's been a great day out here at Ridgeline High School. It's been a great day put on by the Premier Youth Sports Association here in Central Mississippi. I want to thank these guys for all they do. Like I was talking to Mr. Jones, one of the league commissioners today, and he was just telling me how over each season, each team organization, because it's broken down into 3 teams, A, B, and C team, that is divided by 11 to 12, 9 to 10, and 6 to 8. All these, overall, each program affects anywhere between 100 to 115 kids a year. And with that being said, it's just a great opportunity to give young men another opportunity to do something outside of playing video games, sitting at home, and get them in something productive that can eventually play off in their favor. This is going to bring up a 2nd down and 12 for the Steelers. The last couple times they've motioned another back into the backfield. Little confusion going on right now. Snap by them. Look back. Screen to the left. He's met by Packers. That's gonna be a loss of yardage on that play. That's gonna bring up third down and a long third down, about third down and 13. The Packers were not fooled by that this time. The Vicksburg the Jackson Steelers come back and they have 11 seconds remaining in this half. The Vicksburg Packers have been relentless. They haven't let anything get behind them. They have given up some big plays, but they've been down on those mouth guards and rolled it out for this first half. Let's see what the Jackson Steelers have for us today. They have another pass and they head it off. It's going to be a reverse. He has a couple of defenders to beat. It's a flag down on the field. One defender to beat, and he gets him out at the 15-yard line. We do have some laundry on the field. That was the end of time of regulation. Let's see how the officials deal with this.
My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Straight to the top cause I do my thing. Very selective for who I bring. With a few on a team that's 2 times 3. Don't half-ass it the whole amount. Don't throw me a bone if it's gonna bounce. Look at the date, I'm older now, but I'm way too busy to be slowing down. My back's against the wall. Even if I fall, I'ma move it with a crawl. My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this.
We're back here on the SEC YFL network. My name is Steve Cooper and thank you for tuning in to us. It's been a great half here. The first half for the Packers versus Steelers A-team action. We're deadlocked at 0-0 heading into the third quarter. In the first quarter, we saw a lot of great things. We saw a lot of motion in the backfield from the Jackson Steelers, and it's showing off production for them, which was a great thing. We also seen the Vicksburg Packers. The quarterback is elusive. The Packers quarterback is really the wheels of their team. He's made a lot of good plays. A lot of the passes that he asked on, he's 0-2 on the day. They've been overthrows. Like I say, I think that it's just going to take him some time getting used to these receivers and them just getting on the same page so he can be successful coming out of this. They have the ball here first and he's under center. He looks to take the ball right. He's trying to catch the edge. If he gets the edge, he looks like he has 2 defenders to beat. Can he beat him? He cutbacks to the middle. And that he's dropped at the opposite 41. Great pickup by the Vicksburg Packers, but we do have laundry on the field. Whatever the penalty was, it negated the touch. It negated the big gain by the Vicksburg Packers. They're looking to regain. That's going to be a 1st and 20 to start them back off. They look to take the ball back around, but it's not enough room to go around that right side. Looks like we have some more laundry on the field. The Vicksburg Packers bagged up a little bit more. The ball is out. Let's see who hops on top of it. It's going to bring up a second. It's going to bring up a second down for the Packers and forever. The Packers are at 2nd and 35 as they continue this drive. Not starting off too hot for the Packers. They had a big run that was negated by a penalty, and it just luck hasn't been on their side as this third quarter is starting. The crowd is ecstatic. The cheerleaders are cheering. We have parents and fellow friends here in the stands, and it's been a great atmosphere here at Ridgeland High School today. We have a pass. The pass is complete. The receiver is brought down by his shoelaces by one defender. That's going to be a gain, but not a big enough gain to get them out of the territory that they're in right now. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Third down Packers here. Let's see what they have. They just went to the air on 2nd down. With so much yardage to go, I see that they'll be putting the ball in the air once again. The Jackson Steelers only have one defensive back, and instead they run the ball. They're trying to get around that edge, and he's around the edge, and he's back to the original sticks. That gets the Vicksburg Packers at least into a field distance to where they can punt without being in their own end zone. This is huge for the Packers as their entire drive started tumbling after the first run, and the penalty that negated everything, like it just took the wind out of them. The Jackson Steelers are feeling not to their own success, but just to the success or the lack of execution by the Vicksburg Packers.
I'm just saying, anything like that, they got deal with the one carry, can't y'all.
The Vicksburg Packers line up in their punt formation, spread across the field. The Jackson Steelers have defenders back. No big returns for the day. Let's see where this is now. He gets a bounce, and it's bouncing back to the Vicksburg Packers. It's a great turnover on downs. The Vicksburg Packers catch the break that they've been looking for after the flat first drive that they came out. Let's see if they can turn it around here, and that's a spark of light for them. The Vicksburg Packers come back out. They should have some type of life after the big bounce. The kick returner just couldn't feel the ball. He ended up tipping it right back to the Vicksburg Packers. Let's see what they do. It looks like they have a quarterback change in. Number 6 is still in the game. He hands the ball off. It's a gain of about a hard, tough 4 or 5. He's still turning those legs, and let's turn that into about 8 or 9. The Vicksburg Packers needed that. The Jackson Steelers have been holding tough up until that point up in the middle. Let's see if those big guys can grind it out here in the second half. The quarterback takes it himself, calls his own number. He's around the right side. He got to pick up about about 9 yards. We still have Landry on the field. Looks like the Jackson Steelers defensive line is starting to wear. The Vicksburg Packers are just churning the Vicksburg Packers offensive line is just churning those legs and getting those big bodies out of the way. Hopefully they can catch a wind of life here with 1:57 remaining in the third quarter. The Vicksburg Packers, they have another set of downs. Back under center, handed right back up the front, up the tough. That's going to be a 5 to 6 yard gain there. And the Vicksburg Packers are playing smash mouth football, running it down your throat, and really don't care what you think about it. We have a timeout on the field. I would just like to take this time to just say a big thank you once again to you parents, aunties, uncles, cousins, anyone who's played a significant role in these athletes for them to get to this point that they are now. We know that this isn't the end of the journey, but we just must remember that we must carry on the legacy of the football here in the state of Mississippi. It's been a great tradition. We have a lot of great players, some of our most highest players at their position in the league or straight here from the state of Mississippi. Malcolm Butler being from Vicksburg, Mississippi with the Tennessee Titans, the big deal he just signed. And you also have a lot of Jackson Fletcher Cox, he's from Yazoo County, that plays with the Eagles, one of the highest defensive tackles to be paid. So, it's a lot of talent here. Mr. Marlon Miles, who is the owner of Premier Youth Sports Association here in Jackson, Mississippi. And the Vicksburg Packers have another gashing run that's going to pick up them another first down, Packers. The Packers are on a run. They're inside the red zone. Let's see if they can convert here in the red zone. Today we had a bunch of fumbling issues, and that's another gashing run, a pick of about 6. Looks like they're moving. They're trying to get on the ball. The chains aren't even set. They're trying to move and to pick up the tempo on the Jackson Steelers. Looks like the Jackson Steelers are going to take a timeout to give them a breath of life as the Vicksburg Packers try to put the pedal to the metal, as most people would say, and pick up the speed. And most times when they're not inside the spread, people think that you can't pick up the tempo, but the Vicksburg Packers are showing that you can. And with that being said, my name is Steve Cooper, and let's take a break here at the SEC YFL Network.
My business stay anonymous, no way am I stalling it, I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Straight to the top cause I do my thing. Very selective for who I bring. With a few on a team that's 2 times 3. Don't half-ass me the whole amount. Don't throw me a bone if it's gonna bounce. Look at the date, I'm older now, but I'm way too busy to be slowing down. My back's against the wall. Even if I fall, I'ma move it with a crawl. My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this.
We're back here on the SEC Youth Football, and the Vicksburg Packers are in the red zone, and they're looking to punch it in. It's about 2nd and 6 here. The Jackson Steelers are looking a little winded. They just had to take a timeout so they can regroup as a team. Let's see what the Vicksburg Packers have stormed up within this timeout break. Once again, they give it to the middle, not much going. Looks like the Jackson Steelers have made a couple of adjustments so they can't push it just straight up the gut like they want to. We have an injury timeout on the field, and while we have an injury timeout, let me take this time to just say thank you to Soldier Sports. If you're looking to get anything to protect your mouth, your teeth, look at at Soldier Sports. They're the innovative leader in the mouthpiece performance world, and they create great mouthpieces for everyone, not just football, lacrosse, volleyball, any type of mouthpiece you're looking for, they have it. So go over to soldiersports.us and just look at what all they have. The Jackson Steelers, like I just alluded to, are looking like they're getting gas. We have players going down. It's just a moment of time. We have 13 seconds left in this quarter. Let's see how they can pan out, and let's see if the Vicksburg Packers can stick it in the end zone. We have a flag on the play. Gonna be false start. False start against the offense. That's gonna bag them up. And as you're looking at the Vicksburg Packers, that's what you didn't want at the time. You had 3rd down and 4, and you could have picked up another 1st down. Now you are at 3rd and 10, and you have to go 10 yards to pick up a 1st down or score a touchdown here in 2 plays. With that, being said, that's the end of the 3rd quarter here at the SEC YFL Network. We'll be right back after these commercials. We're back here at the beginning of the 4th quarter. The Vicksburg Packers are 3rd and 10 on the 13-yard line trying to punch it in. They hand it off once again, and it's a big stop by the Jackson Steelers. Brings up a 4th down and about 12 for the Vicksburg Packers, where they were just in good standings to have a go-ahead 4th down. Now they're in a 4th down and have to go for a situation, but it's not the best situation that they could have been in as a team. Number 2 is up under center once again. 1 receiver split to the left, 1 receiver split to the right, 2 tight ends on your right, 1 running back in the backfield. Tried to get him to jump off sides, didn't jump off sides. He's looking to the sideline for a play. He's looking to the air. Gets the completion, but it's short of what they need for the 1st down. Turnover on downs by Packers. Steelers football. The Jackson Steelers are here. The score is still a deadlock at 0-0 with 7:54 left into the half. About 86 to 87 yards to go for the Jackson Steelers to get on the board here. The motion, handoff to the left. He takes it to the left, cut backs to the other side, and he's met by a host of Packers, but he picks up 6 or 7 before being brought down. The Jackson Steelers line back up there in a spread set. They motion someone behind into the pistol formation, and laundry is just dropped on the field by every official. The Vicksburg Packers are affected by the penalty. They did not have enough players on the field. The Vicksburg Packers do not need any more penalties. These are 2 penalties that just picked up the Jackson Steelers for a first down, and the Jackson Steelers come back with the same motion into the double pistol set, handed off to the back. He cuts up, and he's met by Packers for a gain of about 4. The Jackson Steelers have been doing a lot with the motioning and confusing of defenses. It's one of the more complex offenses that I saw today, and I'm pretty sure that it's just going to grow over the course of the season. As we look at the matchups for next week, handoff again, and he's coming around, and he's going to pick up about 2 on the play. The Packers are playing the Jackson Saints. Like I said, their A team only picked up a win. Their B and C team walked away with losses today. Coming out of this, the Steelers will go to Canton next week and play the Chargers. The Canton Chargers, who will be playing the Warren County Ravens later this evening in a powerhouse matchup. 2-back setup, and he's brought down in the backfield. I don't know what was said on that sideline, but those defensive end and outside linebackers are getting around once and pulling their trigger as soon as they see that. We have a timeout on the field, and let me just take a moment to say thank you to Soldier Sports. They are the innovative leader in mouthpieces, and like I said earlier, you can go over to their website at soldiersports.us and check out their inventory. They have a lot of things over there that can interest you. They're supposed to be coming out with a line here soon of apparel, so just go over to soldiersports.us and check all of that out. With that last play being said, that brought up a 4th down for the Jackson Steelers, and the Packers are returning the ball. And he has a hole, and he has a couple people to beat, but he's brought down. Looks like at the original line of scrimmage for where the Steelers originally punted from. The Vicksburg Packers needed every lick of that intention right there. We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the last half of regulation. The Packers have the ball right here. They're on the 30-yard line. Let's see what they can do. Their original quarterback came back. They cutting up the middle. He's not brought down, and they're gonna pick up a bigger than the first down. We're back here on the SEC YFL network, and we had an injury on the field, but it looks like the player is hopping off on his own help. We want to make sure that he's okay with the season just starting. We don't want any player to end their season like that. As we move forward, the Vicksburg Packers are on the 10-yard line, and the sticks have been dropped. So they have 4 downs to get into the end zone, and it's 2:02 left on the clock. Let's see what the Vicksburg Packers can do. And we've been deadbolt all day here at the 0-0 between the Jackson Steelers and the Vicksburg Packers. This has been a game to watch if you haven't watched it. If you haven't been watching, we're glad that you're tuning in with us, and we just want to thank you for just supporting the SEC YFL network. We have another timeout on the field here, and we're gonna stay right here with you. And I just want to say thank you to our one of our sponsors, Soldier Sports. Go over to soldiersports.us to get more information on their brand, innovative in the mouthpiece world. And they have some cool things, not only for football players, for other sports, to protect those pearly whites inside of your mouth. The Jackson Steelers are back here as they take on the Vicksburg Packers. We have 4 downs and 10 yards to go. Now let's see if the defense of the Jackson Steelers are going to stand tough, or the Vicksburg Packers are going to roll through that. And it looks like they're going to pick up 2 here on the first down play. Quarterback for the Vicksburg Packers keeps it, and he's brought down in the backfield for a loss of 1. The Vicksburg Packers is 3rd down. The Jackson Steelers have been holding tough. Let's see what they try to do, and they go right up the front, and it's going to be a touchdown, Packers. That's going to stop the deadbolt lock here at Ridgeland High School field with 59 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be a touchdown, Packers.
Jump the box there, right? It's a game.
Don't worry about
My business stay anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Straight to the top, cause I do my thing. Very selective for who I bring. With a few on a team that's 2 times 3. Don't half-ass me the whole amount. Don't throw me a bone if it's gonna bounce. Look at the date, I'm older now, but I'm way too busy to be slowing down. My back's against the wall. Even if I fall, I'ma move it with a crawl. My business staying out of this. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this.
Thank you for tuning in here with the SEC YFL Network. It's been an exciting game. The Vicksburg Packers versus the Jackson Steelers A-team matchup has been one to watch. We just got out of our deadlock of 0-0. The Vicksburg Packers with the score of 6. The conversion was no good. Let's see how the Jackson Steelers try to come back and answer within the 59 seconds. I think each team has 3 timeouts left, so I expect this next 58 seconds to play out a little longer than what we expect. Actually, the actual 58, and it's a pooch kick here to start off the third quarter, and it's no return. He just fell on it. The Jackson Steelers have been doing a lot of motioning and a lot of different things to confuse the defense, but I kind of think that the Vicksburg Packers have sniffed it out and understand what they're trying to do, and they've been having those defensive ends pinch up the field all for the last of this second half, and they've been making those plays dead stop in the backfield. The Jackson Steelers, the quarterback calls his own number, and he's brought down in the backfield by the Packers. There's going to be a loss of 6 on the down. The Jackson Steelers are consecutively running the ball. The clock has stopped here. The clock has just now started back. It's going to be a timeout, Steelers, and with that timeout, we'll take a commercial break here. Thank you for tuning in.
My business staying anonymous. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Straight to the top cause I do my thing. Very selective for who I bring. With a few on a team that's 2 times 3. Don't half-ass me the whole amount. Don't throw me a bone if it's gonna bounce. Look at the date, I'm older now, but I'm way too busy to be slowing down. My back's against the wall. Even if I fall, I'ma move it with a crawl. My business staying out of this. No way am I stalling it. I'm busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this. Busy getting all of this.
We're back here on the SEC Youth Football. It's been a great game here at Ridgeland High School between the A teams of the Jackson Steelers and the Vicksburg Packers. We're looking to wrap this one up. The Steelers have possession. They're not in the lead. The Vicksburg Packers are leading 6-0 at this moment, and we're looking to see if they can get a last-minute desperation in of some type. Fake the run. Up, and the ball's out. Fumble from the Steelers, and the Packers recover. If you're the Vicksburg Packers in this situation, you couldn't ask for a better outcome of the game. Your defense to stand in tough and shut down the high-powered offense of Jackson Steelers and just overcome all the adversity, all the penalties, all the mistakes that they've made today, from the false start to the illegal motions to just not being able to execute at certain times during the game. For your defense to come up big like that, that's a big accomplishment, and we'll be back later for the rest of the games today.